everybody. Welcome to the video podcast, ASIN360 Pro Sellers Podcast number 5, episode 5. We are live, 2 p.m. Eastern. Hope you guys are with me. If you are, come on in and say hello. We're going to get started in just a moment here. I am just getting everything fired up. Hope you're having a great and wonderful day wherever you are in the world. We're going to be talking about rebates, the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? This is where things are going to get fun. In fact, I even got this whip along here. Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So we're going to talk about rebates for the first 6 minutes, and then we're going to get into actual selling. So let's talk about rebates for a second, because I think it's important, that all of you understand the value of rebates in the system of Amazon's world of marketing, and why you should use them, and when you should use them, and then the ugly truth about them, okay? So let's start with the ugly truth. Let's end with the ugly truth. So the first thing I should tell you is rebates do work. They've been actually working for a long time. In fact, we did a different kind of rebate structure with Amazon in marketing a long time ago. And then we determined that, there had to be adaptations to the way we did the rebates, of course, and the coupons that we did once upon a time. And I don't really recommend you do the same kind of couponing you do or have done in the past, especially if you're really building a brand value. If you're building a brand value, the last thing you really want to be doing is discounting your brand over and over again. If you hold fast to your brand's value and you hold to the integrity of the brand that you are creating, you actually want to raise your prices, and you don't really want to be doing a race to the bottom couponing. You want to be creating that value, that intrinsic brand value that says, if you want to go buy the Honda, that's cool. It has all the nice bells and whistles. But maybe you really want the Lexus, and at the end of the day, Lexus doesn't really discount their products. They may get you to believe they do, but actually they don't. Just as one example, okay? Prada, for example, doesn't have discounted sales days, and many other brands like that don't. And so I want you to understand that brand value and perception of value as well. Now, rebates, how do they play into that? Well, rebates don't actually take your product and diminish its value or discount it. Now, the buyer might actually get a rebate against that product, but you're not necessarily giving all those rebates out to the world. If you're handing them out yourself, or you're documenting how those rebates want to go, you can do that in a controlled mechanism in making sure that they actually work correctly. Because the good news is they do work correctly. Okay, they do work to value the brand product higher in the ranking system of Amazon, but you have to make sure that when you are dropping that out there and that ranking is going up, that there's a specific time that you want to do that type of rebate. We never do them right at the launch, for example, of a brand new product that hasn't really been proven in the market yet. Now, we know with our processes and stuff that we can get a product in the market and have an 80% confidence that that product is going to reach where we want it to go. We've been doing this long enough that we can know the data, the processes, we know the launch structure, and we can help move that product in the market a lot sooner. And organically and within certain mechanisms we deploy when it goes out. Now, once that product is validated in the market, that's when we apply the rebates. So what's the bad of the good, the bad, and the ugly? Well, the bad is a lot of people don't validate their products before they put them in the market, or they might have existing products that are in the market, and those are not doing extremely well right now. And so they think, I discount my product, or I coupon, or I'll rebate, and I'll just toss this out here, and I will see if it works, and good luck. What they'll find is they typically get kind of a bell curve shaped launch pattern to their products. They will go up and reach certain levels, but they won't stay there. And then those products will go back down the other side of that bell curve, and they'll never really reach that capacity. Now, here's the problem with that, guys, is if you're doing that and you have not had good results, the bad thing about doing rebates is that can just really amplify the negativity of your listing in the system. It can basically lower the quality of your listing within Amazon's metrics, and it will get you a situation where you can't get it ranking later on without relaunching a new ASIN. So just be aware there's a trending history, and you want to feed good information and good data to the algorithm so it continues to push you up. You don't want to see a bell curve go up and go down. And if you have products in the market that are experiencing that kind of issue, and you've done rebates, what you're going to be doing by repeatedly trying to push that thing up the hill is not only marrying your product for a long time and being stuck to it, but it's not going to be selling at the capacity you want. It's not going to be growing and moving upwards in a peak, okay, and kind of a valley that kind of moves up like this and continues to trend up. You're going to continue to find that ripple and wave and roller coaster. And that's not how you actually should see rebates working. So, that is sort of the bad. The ugly thing is that, again, just touching on that a moment ago, if you continue to use that process incorrectly with rebates and you are not judging the right amount you should give out and you're doing it, in a wrong way at the wrong time, then you will find out that it will actually penalize your listing and you will have a terrible time later on ever getting that product to rank again. And you'll go days, weeks, and months trying to beat your head against this product that you're trying to get moving in the market, and it simply isn't going to work. You have married your product and you're stuck with that mechanism. Now, could you redeploy, relaunch that product with a correct strategy and actually get it to turn around and move a lot faster? Absolutely. And that is one of the things we work a lot with sellers on who are already in Amazon. Okay, we're helping brands in Amazon literally who are already in the system make an additional $50,000 to $100,000 within 12 months or less, sometimes within 90 days. We can do that using our 5x5 formula, okay, using 8 years of experience, millions of products launched, okay. We've done rebates and launches and organic stuff with 0 reviews, minimal PPC campaigns, doing rebates at the right time, okay. When you do it this one thing the right way, it will actually make that product go up and it will not allow that bell curve. It's very important you understand this. Daniel just did that with his launch process after 21 days. Did about $34,640, all right, just under 35 grand in 21 days. His product is on its way up, and after 7 days into that, so after 14 days of launch process, he literally turned off his advertising campaign, right? And so he's going to continue to scale. And Brennan did that with his as well. He took a little longer to get in the market because he ramped out during the COVID period, so it took him 9 months to get it done, just to be honest. And that's okay, because that's how this kind of works for a lot of people. But once he finally got his products in the market and got him launched, he jumped over $104,000 in sales in less than 30 days. So it took him 9 months to put everything together and get it all ready to launch and stuff. And it was COVID issues, and that happens. But when it did occur, he was able to break that 100,000. He's on a 7-figure run right now, and he'll stay there for a long time. So even just our free trainings, guys, if we teach you the tactics of this, I had Kareen come into one of our free trainings. She is already an existing seller. She learned in day 4 a tactic that we implement. She took just the free version of that tactic and she went in on a Friday and she made changes to her products. Well, by the next evening, 15 of the keywords that she targeted were ranking on page 1 already. Literally in less than 24 hours. She got her products to the top of page 1 for a lot of the keywords that she targeted. She said her mind was blown. Just that one nugget from the free training showed her the power of the methodologies that we've used and deployed for 8 years. So we're doing things very differently. And if you would like to know how we're doing that, if you'd like to know what she learned in the free training, and if you'd like to learn with us on the 5x5 game plan that helps people launch their products in a timely manner, 90 days or less. If you've got existing products, we relaunch them. If you're in the process of getting products out in the market, we'll help you revamp those. If you are evaluating products and trying to go to market with them, or even if you've got products that need help and assistance, we will work with you. And it's ASIN360 Pro. So if you guys are interested in that, go to asin360.com/chat. Send me a message and we will send you their 5x5 game plan and show you what we do with ASIN360 Pro to help sellers in the marketplace turn their products around, do it organically, and grow that up really fast. Now, rebates, again, just to be very clear, to wrap this topic up, rebates are powerful. And if you don't have a mechanism to deploy in which rebates can be used for you, I would encourage you to go over to sixleaf.com because we have an automated platform for rebate management. And it is called Zonblast Next. And so I would encourage you to take a look at that. Let's pull that up here real quick. Let me see which screen I'm going to actually be sharing. There we go. So the next generation of Blast with Zonblast, let's get this screen up here. There we go. Is actually an automated tool and system that allows you to rank. Now, what I've talked about is the engine inside of here is actually replicating the model that we deployed manually and then systematized and automated within Zonblast, okay? So getting the right targeted keywords and protecting them correctly with the links-powered system that goes on inside of our tools, you guys can set up your campaigns automatically in the system to launch, so it doesn't take very much time to do it. You'll know how much to do, when to do it, and what will be the positive output of that when it does work correctly. You guys will see them actually go very well in your system. We can manage transactions, campaigns, budgets, and everything within the system. We can monitor orders and rebate submissions for cancellations and refunds, okay, to ensure you get a maximum amount of value from each of your campaigns. This automates it through the API to your Amazon account, okay? And then also make sure that there's a blacklist that we keep up so that bad actors, if you will, don't hinder your results. It is powered by Links, okay, which is a very powerful algorithmic system inside of the platform that ensures that you get maximum rankability from your products. So you guys definitely want to check that out. You connect your account, you set up your account, and we automate the rest of it. You can literally get started on a 7-day free trial today. I would recommend you guys go check that out, get your campaigns set up. So what do we need to do in order to make that actually work? Well, we need products, okay? We need products in the market, or you need to revamp products you already have. So let's get in here. I found this product earlier, and I thought it was interesting. Now, it is very difficult to compete with this product. So let me just get that out for those of you who are paying attention. And welcome to everybody on the call. Sorry I didn't call you out just a second ago. Hi, Susan. Hey, Julie. I see Robert's on here. We got Nicole on here. Welcome to the call. Just names I see popping up over here. If you're in the background, say hello, come forward, say hi. So the storage bag, 90 large capacity organizer with reinforced handle, thick fabric comforters, blankets, bedding, foldable, blah, blah, blah. So that's a lot of title. But what you can see is it actually sells. And they've done a great job. They've been in the market for a while. We can see they've got a decent quality score at 7.8. I'd say decent's pretty good. 8 and above is really great. So there's a really powerful listing to replicate, consider, look at, and determine what a quality listing looks like, so you get a good understanding. Now, where they're pricing this particular product is definitely going to be on volume at $14.43. When we look up here at the profitability and forecasts section, we can see that Six Leaf is telling us this is not a terribly profitable product. So if we zoom out on that and we look at some of the details here, we can see that it is ranked very well within storage units, home and kitchen, etc. It's got a $53,000 a month estimated revenue. It is only grossing about 47 cents in profit per unit if all of this holds true. So what would change that? Well, potentially on volume, they might be able to get their price per unit down if they're buying 3, 4, 5,000 units or more, which would give them a relatively good profit margin. If they're only buying within 30 to 90 days worth of units, then we're going to see that 35%, that 505, probably being pretty darn realistic for this product, which means they're not moving a ton of money or profit for this unit out the door. But it's the niche that I really wanted you to consider when I saw this product. Are there other product opportunities? Can you innovate this? Could you make it a $29.95 product? Yeah, I'm pretty confident you could and still make some great money. And I see they're putting some good pictures and stuff in here. So that's why I wanted to kind of go into this. It literally just popped up on the front page of my Amazon Seller Central, and I thought, let me look at this particular product and let's show this one today. Now, there's all kinds of sponsored ads within here. We can see prices of up to $25. I'm typically looking for products within $25 minimum, $30 or more, and you should be too if you really want to consider yourself to be the going after a long haul business. 3, 5 plus years in the market for an e-com business is really good. And if you want to shoot for that type of expectation with your business, then you definitely want to be moving products that are $30, $50 or more, even up to $300, okay? Now, it isn't about the amount of units we sell, folks. It is about the amount of profit we make per unit. And you need to understand that. That's something we cover every week here. And making sure that we get products that are going to make us some good money, right? Take home money. Plus, when we have time in the market, we've got money invested in getting these products out there. We want to know within a reasonable amount of time what our return on that investment is going to be. And if our products are $1 to $2 in price point, we're going to see an ROI taking a very long time to move to market. So what are the things we don't do? And you guys have heard me say this before, and I will always echo this as many times as I can say it, is we don't focus on the revenues of the products. That is not where the money is made. So we want to focus on the profit per unit, and we want to stay with products we know will take us into the long time. So what was I looking for? I was looking for something like this, products and price point that matched within our area, that had a higher profitability margin. And I just literally was talking and skimming. Would have took me less time to find this if I had actually not been talking. But I see that there's a higher value product, higher affinity. There's definitely people who want to take care of their shoes. They spent good money on their shoes. They don't necessarily have anywhere to put them, so you could put them under your bed. And so this product shows real potential here at this price point. This is definitely a third-party seller. They have been obviously in the market for a while, as we can see here. They've got a decent listing that's been out there for just a little bit, and we see their profit forecast for this product is pretty good. You know, it's 17 bucks per unit. Let's assume for a minute we've got to do a 50-cent freight cost, at least per a unit, and let's assume we may have another 50 cents in handling costs to calculate there, and assume at this moment at 35% cost of goods that this product is going to cost us about 14 bucks to move into the market. All of this current data showing that our landed cost, again, not our net profit, but our landed cost, not our cost of goods, straight cost of goods, gross cost of goods. What we're looking at is our fully weighted landed cost. That is all price points and known freight cost plus the cost of the product and any storage fees, FBA fees, etc. Actually giving me a price, an understanding of what my real or perceived at this point, pretty close to actual gross profit per unit is going to look at for one of these units actually getting into the FBA center and being sold in the market. It's very important because all those other numbers here have to be calculated in so that you know that this number up here is actually going to be, within 50 cents to $1 of your actual gross profit per unit. And that's where you really want to make your focus, because that's where you're really going to put money in your pocket. And assuming that this is, all other things included, even if we were up to $1 here and an additional $1 in costs for landed 3PL, anything that might cost per unit to get these moved, you've got about $15.48 in profit on a product like this. So that is interesting, right? That is more interesting. This is something you can compete with. I don't particularly like the 2851 in terms of ratings here, in terms of the quality of the time in this market for this particular product. But what we can do is go over here and just say bed shoe storage organizer within home and kitchen, and we can kind of take a broader look, a macro look at this particular keyword. Now we're also looking at home and kitchen storage, and in fact, if we come under bed storage, and I actually just remove that keyword from there, okay? Now I'm just looking at under bed storage. Now this is kind of more focused in terms of that particular product. So, there's top rated, which means they're going to be there for, quite a bit, 2,800, 10,000. Hot new releases, of course, are showing what's coming up, what's trending. We can look at hot new releases and definitely use the 6-leaf Phoenix tool to help us understand where they're trending. Most wished for, people wanting to buy this, maybe buy for somebody else. Maybe they put it on their list and they're thinking, I want to get it later, but they haven't got it yet. Or maybe they're going to get it for a family or friend. And of course, bestsellers are, stay out of that category. People like to go in there. So let's just say hot new releases. What's trending? What's coming up? What's moving? What is going on within the new releases of underbed storage? What are my price points? So let's just come up to here. I'm actually going to have to go into the sub niche for that, aren't I? All right, so let's look under underbed storage products. Let's just come in here and pick up one of these particular products that catches my eye. Up to $30 for that. Now, what is it I'm looking at? I'm just training my eyes, and I've done this long enough. What I want you to be looking for is literally something that you could see either giving yourself, giving someone else, giving to a family member, someone you can actually name, like Uncle Bob or Aunt Jenny, who loves her shoes. Would she buy something like this? And you're kind of looking for the one that you kind of catches your eye, and for what reason it might catch your eye is really not related to you as much as it's related to somebody an avatar, a person you can potentially even name. So let's just look. This one kind of catches my attention based on the price, and I kind of see what they're doing. This one's actually organizing storage and clothes. They've got a black outline here, and color, I don't know that color really matters as much as organization. They have a nice zipper. It's kind of wide open. Unlike the shoes, this one is more wide open, giving people the opportunity to space off or set up however they want to set up. The other one was very specific to shoes, and that's a particular niche within the underbed storage. So if you think about it, if it's just shoe focused, you're focusing on people who just like shoes in the underbed storage niche. And there's an interest in that because the opportunity to compete more in there gives you the opportunity to rank within shoe organizing underbed storage, but specifically targeting an audience of people who want to just protect their shoes. Now, why is that important? Because it's very hyper-focused. You can see people are using emojis and stuff on here and adding in this additional stuff. I never really recommend you do that. For the quality of the listing gets drawn down, and it doesn't really sell, just to be very clear. So we don't want to put those kinds of things on there. But we can see that someone's done a decent job of putting images together, decent price for the product, although their profitability estimations are not terribly great. For this, we'd love for you to be above $10. So that's one of the reasons why we might not necessarily consider that. So let's just go back up here to a second and look at Underbed Shoe Organizer, the actual search. And let's just see, if it was $37, $26. The price point goes up when the niche gets more focused. 232 people a day are searching for that particular keyword. Storage organizer versus storage. That just happens to be semantics based on people, location, background, number of different things. Underbed shoe storage. When we're looking at the price points again, $29, $39. Obviously, people are searching for different types of shoe organizers with different types of keywords. Let's just take a look at the data within this. We're going to launch Phoenix here. And guys, if you don't have a tool like Phoenix, I recommend you go check it out. sixleaf.com/Phoenix. If you do not have a tool that you are currently using for data, I highly recommend this. And kind of what I'm looking here, what I'm usually looking for is more like sales charts and trends. I kind of want to see the products that are moving up that might not have a lot of BSR at the moment. Like this one has 35,000 BSR at its price. $23. It's trending upwards, which is cool, but you can see a lot of these are trending down. Some are hooking, some are kind of just staying the same. These are just indicators, if you will, for the particular products, and I'm just looking for some indicators to tell me where to go. This product per se launched, it looks like not too long ago. They're up to 15,000. This particular holiday season that we're in now is obviously giving them some boost in the market for sure. This particular product is actually trending down quite a bit over time, which is interesting because we're actually in the holidays. So you think that it should be actually rising up, but it's not. So that just means there's some other things going on with that listing. But I can see a number of products that are doing, 10, 14, 14 here, 15 here, 8,000 here in estimated revenues and daily revenues. It's definitely a searched keyword for underbed shoe storage, and this is definitely a product of interest. Now, the strength of the listings is something to be concerned about. There's the strength right here is something you could look at. And if you guys have any questions about any of the details of these, if you hover over them, you can get some more information. If you come up here and click on how to use this extension, it'll pull open the knowledge base, and you guys can get even more details on each of these particular data points and what they mean. So if we're looking through here, there's a lot of opportunity in this. Average person is making over $10,000 a month in revenues. If they're keeping their price points reasonable in terms of profitability, and their retail prices are reasonable in terms of the volume, then they are potentially making $3,000 to $4,000 a month in take home on about $10,000 in revenue. That should be about where it is. Minimum $3,000 if the price points are doing good. So $3,000 a month for this one particular product is not bad, guys. That's actually pretty good. Remember, because we want to stack up products that can do really well. We could be making more if we compete with some of these particular products. And one of the more interesting things I think I'm seeing right now here is that a number of these particular products, BSRs within underbed shoe storage, really isn't as low as you might think, which means opportunity. That screams opportunity for me, just so we're very clear. And let's just take a quick look at the Google Trends here and just kind of see where it's at for the last 12 months. Definitely, definitely people getting organized in the June timeframe. You can see there's a lot of spikes in the top end of this, which I think is fascinating. If you look at to April, and then April again, and then we spike here, definitely some interesting spikes in there. If we just go back the last 5 years, let's just take a quick look. It's a very consistent trend here. It has potential, evergreen consistency. While there's spikes here, you can see there's not huge volume and then low spikes. It just kind of keeps moving along and has been doing that for quite a long time. That's an indicator of a product that you could sell, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month or more that could be there for years to come, right? And so I think everybody looks at this, and at least I get the feeling as I talk to people and do these and I go in there to the trainings and stuff, I get the feeling a lot of times that people think, well, if it's not making 10, 20, 50,000 a month, I'm not interested in it. If it doesn't make that much money, I don't want to launch a product. That is just not going to secure my future, and I can't live off of that. And I don't have the money to put into it because it's just not making enough money. So that's if you sound or hear or think or that's anywhere in your mindset, I just want to like take that and just throw it out. Like I want to just beat it out of your brain, okay? Because it's not this product, it's the next product and the next product. It's the 3, the 6, the 9, the 12. Okay, you get 4, 5 products in the marketplace making you 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 a year or more. You actually have a business model that is sustainable long-term, and you actually have a repeat pattern and process of formula, product launch, and management in the business, and that is what's going to sustain you for the long haul. That is why getting into this kind of business model and starting with the end in mind is a big component of what we teach in our ASIN360 program, because we want people really to understand that the growing component of this takes 3, 6, 9, 12 months, but you're still doing it 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, and you're not out of business, and it wasn't all a failure and all the other negative things about Amazon you might think are not there, because really it's just an e-commerce channel that requires management and some business experience. And if you're not learning that, or you're not understanding some of the things I'm talking about, but you would like to, then I would encourage you to go to asin360.com/chat and have a conversation with me. Real simple, asin360.com/chat. Talk about our 5x5 game plan and show you some of the things I'm talking about. So here's a spike that actually makes sense, right? 12, 13, 14, you can see there's some holiday stuff going on. They may even be doing a little bit of rank manipulation or even a rebate campaign. So in terms of BSR, guys, I usually tell my people to stay within 50 to 100,000 in BSR and look for the opportunities for the products that match the other criteria. Why? Because if you're between 50 and 100,000, the big jumps in your BSR to profit ratio, okay? That means the BSR number you're seeing and its relation to your profit and growth in your business jumps really exponentially when you drop below 50,000 BSR, 40,000 BSR, 30,000 BSR, than any other time in the system. If you're above 50,000 to 100,000 or more, it takes a lot of effort to get down to 50,000 if you're not doing the right things and the right steps in the right way. And then once you do, the growth, revenue, and profitability of your business go up exponentially for every 10,000 BSR you drop, okay? And when you get to below those 50,000 and 40,000, your revenues and stuff, just to be very clear about what I'm saying, they start jumping up exponentially, okay? So that's why I want you guys to understand, even here at 88,000, this particular product is estimating 11,632. If this product dropped below 50,000, that number could double, okay? That's just below 50,000 in BSR. So this is just an indicator of where the system's bestseller ranking currently stands for that product, but its real relationship has to do with the profitability, your marketing, sales tactics, and getting below that 50,000 in the system where it actually starts to recognize you more, spread you out for more keywords, you start getting ranked for more top level pages within page 3 or higher within your keywords, even onto page 1 for some of the smaller ones. Which is very important for you to understand the difference between that. So typically 50 to 100,000 BSR is where I want people to look for products and those opportunities. And quite frankly, there are many of those right here that fit inside of that, okay? And as we're looking at that, you guys can see, there's a potential niche here, a product within a niche of storage. Just be very clear, we're just talking about a single product I wanted you to focus on in underbed storage, but specifically for shoes. You see that? Give me a yes if you see that in the comments. You understand where I'm going with that? So in storage, what are other things you could store under your bed that aren't just shoes? And how many other of these products could you actually launch that fit into those other specifications? You see where I'm going? Or those other niches within your brand? I could easily find 3 to 5 of those products and have them launched in the next 6 months or less, and generate between $10,000 to $50,000 a month in revenues. I hope you see that correlation today that I just put together for you right there. If you see that correlation, please let me know what I just told you and that you understand the correlation of what I just said, okay? If you understand that, then you now know how you get to 6 figures in 6 months, right? You all see it? I hope you do. So using the 6-leaf tool and that process and understanding how this works, you guys should have a better grasp on a particular niche called shoe storage that happens to be under bed. They can lead you guys to a lot of opportunity. So the other thing we talked about as I kind of wrap up today is the rebates thing. I want to definitely bring that back to the rebates. So I'll give you a pro tip, guys. People tend to run rebate campaigns within the 6-leaf system at a 1 to 2 keyword target. Okay, please don't do that. Well, after 60,000 launches in the platform and all the data we know about product launches, especially the ones we've watched go to 7 and 8 figures on the platform, it is that you need to do this one pro tip. And here it is. You ready? Do this one thing with your products and it will make a huge difference. When you optimize your listings and you have your targeted keywords all lined up, do not do a rebate campaign on a 1 or 2 keyword phrase. I know it sounds weird to you. It may not hit your ears right. It may not even be a teaching you've heard. And it may be opposite of someone else's teaching. But just hear me out on this, okay? If you're targeting a keyword that is 3 to 4 keywords long, a keyword phrase, target that phrase with your first rebate campaigns on your optimized listing. Now, optimized listing means a lot of things to a lot of people. I'm not even going to go into that. I'm just going to let you know it needs to be optimized for your keywords. 3 to 4 keyword phrase, run your auto rebate campaign on the 6-leaf platform, and then watch and wait and target and track all of that campaign. Now, you don't need to give away a bajillion of them, and you need to know that your product is visible for that keyword, and then you need to go after that keyword with a small rebate campaign. Okay, that's a pro tip. I'm not going any farther into that, but that's the good part of rebates when done correctly. If you don't do these good things and optimize your listings, if you are not really targeting the right keywords for your products, and you're just trying to push a product uphill that was never going to make it because you have damaged the listing and you've damaged the algorithm's view of that listing, you're not going to see the success you want out of that. If you don't understand how to do that and you don't know a process and framework, hit us up. I'll get you the 5x5 game plan. We'll show you what we're doing in ASIN360 Pro. We'll go over 90 days in our workshops together day by day to help you understand how that plan is, how to optimize your existing products, and maximize those revenues. Those who do it in the right way can pull $50,000 to $100,000 out of their existing products within 12 months or less, sometimes faster. I've had people do it in less than 90 days. I've had people do it in 30 days. If you're an existing brand seller on Amazon and you want to make more money and you want to get a plan of action in place to actually see this kind of thing work and apply rebates the right way, okay, and do the one thing you should be doing correctly, which we'll teach you to do in ASIN360 Pro, hit me up, asin360.com/chat. It's not terribly expensive, but I'm not the cheapest. So don't ask for rebates and discounts because I just told you I don't do that. I know the value of the information we provide. I know it works. I've got students that have proved it too. And if you're stuck on that boat and you guys want to go faster and you've not been a part of one of my programs before and don't know the value or see the value, get to asin360.com/chat. We'll give you some training, some resources, materials, the game plan, and of course, talk to you a little bit about the Pro membership program that can get you guys off the ground and running. So guys, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate your time here. We'll be back again probably not next week. I got to check my schedule. I said that last week and I misspoke. So if you happen to be watching last week's, let me get my calendar up real quick so that I don't misspeak here on the timeline. So yeah, next week is Christmas. So guys, if I do anything next week, I'll probably drop a video at some point ahead because next Thursday is literally the 24th. For those of you celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. I won't be live next week, but I'll probably drop a video of some kind to keep you guys up to speed and bring any information or tips that's going on. Just to leave you with some words of encouragement, this has never been literally a better time to do e-commerce than ever. You know, the stuff I talked about last week to wrap this up was about inventory and issues within the systems. Rejoined me for a little bit of conversation. That was episode 4. I'll go ahead and tie that over here or over here. When you're done with this video and you haven't seen episode 4, go watch it. It has to do with inventory levels, IPI, some of the challenges the system is literally facing from hyper growth. Somewhere between 30 to 40% of growth in FBA in the last 3 months is causing their systems to slow down just a little bit and them to require some inventory management changes for FBA that we fully predict are going to be resolved here soon. I don't know exactly when. It may take them another month or two, but they will resolve it as they get through this real hyper-growth stage. And then you guys are going to see some real opportunities and holes that are going to open up where we know already there's a bunch of sellers who are falling off. And if you're in the market and selling and you want to take advantage of your position in the market, then you guys are going to want to do that relatively soon and be prepared for the first quarter of this year, especially of those in the fitness, health, and wellness spaces. Those of you who are selling into winter supplies and those of you who are preparing for spring, literally we'll be doing that by January because that's kind of how things work. So guys, you definitely want to take advantage of that. Catch up on this next episode showing up probably right here as I get the video put together for the last episode 4 that will talk to you about those inventory and challenges and opportunities for those who are currently selling and have a good plan of action and a strategy to take advantage of that. So guys, thank you so much for your time. We'll be back later. I will talk to you after the holidays. If I don't talk to you, I'm joking myself. If I don't talk to you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and remember, if you don't take time for your Amazon business this week, you will make time for your job next week. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to y'all later.